Here, like Zoom, not Zoom, Jennifer Miller and all that. It was the same thing.
Today is what? Today's August 10th.
I mean, his first side was fine, but whatever.
Well, actually, when I went in today to see signs, I asked if this Edelman still has
Sorry.
Edelman still
Hi.
has those boxes out in that, like, horrible green color in front of it. With his name on it. What about
So awful. If I were richer, I'd just have them.
I think that's really,
buy new ones.
that's
They
what
don't
that,
look bad.
They're
but I
so
think,
rough.
it's like that kids thing here, but
I
across from
agree.
Bourbon and Risk.
It just seems
across
bad.
the-
I agree.
You know, the old vacuum store.
And otherwise, they can't see.
I
It's
agree.
like I
And they
have
have
my
two of
head.
them, and it almost looks like it's impeding on the traffic.
and,
Ready?
and there's enough congestion as it is.
Yeah.
Pedestrians and bicycles.
Yeah.
You guys ready?
It makes it look very congested.
Okay, hello everybody. Wow, what's on tonight? It's 6 o'clock, so we can get started. I'm Quinn Pofall, the chair of the Southampton Board of Architectural Review and Historic Preservation. With me tonight, I have Susan Stevenson, Kathy Buxton, Jane Clare, and Nina Edwards Anchor. With that, we have quorum. I'm going to motion to open the August 10th meeting of the Southampton Village Board of Architectural Review and Historic Preservation. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This evening, we have Alex Wallach, our planning director, and special guest counsel, Eileen Powers, here with us. In the back, our recording secretary, Jackie Allen, and Sage Certain on audio and video. Cameras are on, so here we go. First order of business tonight is minutes approval from July 27th. Did everybody get the minutes and have a chance to review?
Yes.
Okay, any call-outs?
No.
Okay, I will motion to approve the minutes from July 27th. Is there a second?
Second.
Aye.
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 All in favor?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Next, we have two written decisions tonight.
They were the same.
Woolden Manor at 16 Gin Lane. Council, will you top line that for us?
Sure. This was a proposal to restore and reinforce an existing brick wall on the property. The board found that the restoration work was appropriate for the historic district.
Great. Board members, did you have a chance to review the decision?
Yes.
Any questions or comments?
No.
Okay, I will move to motion to approve the written decision for Woolden Manor at 16 Gin Lane. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in
Aye.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great. Okay, our next written decision is for Sacred Hearts Church, 168 Hill Street,
Okay,
the
this-
new stairs.
Sorry, this was for the construction of exterior stairs, a ramp, and an altar in accordance with the construction drawings submitted. There's also, I think there was another already constructed stairs and ramp on the west side of the building. And I guess the discussion was that the board found it appropriate for the historic district.
Yes,
I wasn't here, but.
yes, that's all correct. Okay, board members, did you have a chance to review that decision?
Yes.
Any questions or comments?
No.
Okay, I'm going to motion to approve for written decision the Sacred Hearts Church, 168 Hill Street. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great.
And I wasn't in favor, so I'm not going to vote for
Oh.
it now.
What?
I wasn't in favor of the
One nay.
vinyl. They were using vinyl, and I thought it was inappropriate, so I did not vote for it last time, so I'm not going to vote for the written decision. Just want to make that clear.
Fair enough.
Okay. Okay, so our first line of business, Lauracia has pulled their sign application. So do we need to do anything with that, Alex, or just
No, it sounds like that application was withdrawn, so we'll take it
withdrawn?
off the
Moving
agenda.
right along. Second application is for Stony Brook Medicine.
I understand the applicant is on Zoom. Let me see if I can put a copy out. The building inspector also let me know that the number of signs exceeded what's permitted by the zoning ordinance, which limits the number of wall signs per street. So if the applicant intends to proceed with this number of signs, and if the board is inclined to approve it, may need to seek variance relief.
Oh,
So
Okay,
how many
are allowed?
are they over? One? Do you know how many?
They're over by one in one direction, yeah, you can't have three directions.
Sage, are they on Zoom?
So the back, where were they putting it? Oh, on the other side.
So yeah, on the, what you might
From
describe
point
as the chimney, they're proposing this crest on three sides of it.
Oh, I see.
Where they also, on those same facade elevations, are proposing other wall signage. And so what the code reads, as I understand, is you're allowed one sign per street frontage, per facade.
So I'm still in the dark here. What is too much on those ones?
That shield symbol,
See the crest?
Yes,
It's-
but I don't see anything else.
the two
It's on
places,
3 walls.
yeah.
It
You
goes
see the
all the way
chimney,
around.
it's on the east side, the front side, and then the west side.
It's too many
Here.
times.
And there's signage
Oh.
here.
So the north, south.
Yeah, but that's
It's
sort of an
north.
ish, but
This and
Not
this.
even, no.
maybe they need a variance.
Yeah, the north, the
I mean, it
west,
shouldn't
and
be a
east.
secret what
Right,
it
because
is,
you see a
Right.
cop
It's a
going to
cardiac-
Southampton
Yes,
coming
yes.
Treatment
back, and
center.
then-
right? Well, they'll have to
So-
talk about it.
Yeah, so they're not here to discuss.
I thought that they were going to zoom in, but if not, the board can certainly discuss and provide feedback about the design. Oh, great.
Good evening, can you hear us?
Hello?
Hi there, if you could state your name.
Hi, I'm sorry. I was struggling with my audio. My name is Vincent Marino. I'm from Marigold Signs DBA Signorama at 485-34 South Broadway in Hicksville, New York, 11801. I am here for the Stony Brook signage, which is at 630 Hampton Road, Southampton, 11968.
Okay, so we have a variance request, or no, what is it?
No.
So
Like it's-
two of the crest signs that are circled on this drawing are not permitted by code. So it's up to the applicant whether they'd like to remove those in order to get a sign permit, or if they'd like to proceed, they would need to seek relief from the Board of Zoning Appeals in the form of a variance. But in the
so
meantime, this
Stony-
board can comment on the design.
Okay.
Okay, so do you want me to explain what material it is or no?
Does he have overviews that he can show everybody?
Are you able to share your screen and show the board what you're proposing?
You actually had it, so
Yeah.
I'm not able to do that.
Yep.
Okay, well, you can walk your board through the proposal, perhaps?
Look on
Yes.
our
We're
top
saying
line.
that 2 of the 3 shields signs, the logo, are not acceptable under code. Therefore, if you
Correct.
want, okay, so that's really, we should talk about that first, don't you think?
Okay, so my question would be, yes, they will file a variance. They're interested in filing a variance in order to get those additional 2 signs on the wall. So my question is, are we able to get approved on the other 3 signs first, or it's all has to go through the variance process?
Well, this board can review the design of the signage and determine what you think is appropriate for this building. And if that is approved, it would need to seek a variance for the number of signs.
Okay.
Okay, so the design itself is really the Stony Brook Medicine logo. So that's their branding, that's what they use for everything. So that's what they're proposing. These are all non-illuminated signs according to your code. You don't want illuminated, so they are non-illuminated.
And then it says Stony Brook Medicine.
And
Right.
did you go through the materials?
The material for the Stony Brook, the shield Stony Brook Medicine, which is on the north side and the east side, are 1-inch PVC painted. So it's a painted PVC and then pinned into the wall.
So they're floating
and-
pinned letters?
No,
Because
They're
it's
in-
considered
shield.
pinned
Yeah,
letters,
because
yes.
we have letters, so this
Because
must
it looks
be-
like in your rendering that the letters don't even fit on the facade.
No.
Like
the
they
facade
hang
is
down and they
19
go above and,
And the,
No,
and
they-
the shield also looks like it's going below, so in the rendering, it looks like your shield is too large for not only the chimney, but even for the building itself.
And it's on
Yes.
both the north and the east elevation.
yep.
Maybe that's the rendering. I know it's 45 inches for that chimney across, and your sign is asking for 35.
Right.
Is
Yeah,
that
so if we're talking about the chimney, the signs are within the parameters of the chimney. They're not larger than the chimney.
No, but there's no
Uh,
space on either side of the chimney. It seems like it's just taking up the entire thing, and we'd like to see a little space on either side, so possibly reduce the size of that.
Yes,
That's
we
the
can do
main
that.
one, yeah.
Okay, yep, that's fine, that's the one,
On the
facing
north
north
facade,
then.
right.
Yes,
The
yep.
the massing on the chimney shields is what we feel like is large.
Yes.
Also, the lettering on both facades needs to fit within the fascia board on the front sides.
Right, so.
And it doesn't look
the-
like it does from your rendering.
Well, the shield seems to be a little larger, but I believe that is 19 inches, that fascia, and we'll make sure that the shield is within that 19 inches, and then the letters will be according to proportion.
Okay, so if you can come back to us with those revisions in the next meeting, we can take a look at that, and I don't know about the variance, how quickly that happens, but
That will have to be scheduled for a public hearing, so tomorrow the building department will issue a denial letter, which will enable them to submit the application for their next available meeting. But in the meantime, they could come back to this board to approve the design, subject to a variance being granted for the number of signs.
Are we
Because
opposed to,
3 signs.
Yeah, I
Yes,
don't know,
I
yeah.
mean,
I don't
Yes,
know.
and I also think you should consider making your signage a little bit smaller to fit on the front, so that we have some area around it. Right now, it goes from top to bottom, and there's nothing.
On the shield?
Yeah.
The shield on the.
Yeah, shield, yeah.
okay.
And even,
I understand.
yeah, so I think you should
So-
resubmit with it reduced by about 15%.
So would you say it would be fair that if the facade is 19 inches, I make that shield, let's say, 17 inches, an inch on the top and an inch on the bottom, and then the rest of the letters will be in proportion to that? Is that a fair?
I think you're gonna need to show that
see
to
this.
us.
We can't just
Yeah.
suppose.
That's on the fascia, is that what
I would
will
look
show
more
that.
like
All the
two, at
issues
least 2
confused.
inches. I would think at least 2 inches on either side, to give it
So-
a little bit of a,
Also, if we aren't liking the way that there's so many shields in one location and want to reduce that, would it save him a trip to the variance board, Alan?
just have
Just to
one?
tell him now that we do
Yeah, okay.
either side and not the front, and then that eliminates the issue.
Yeah,
Fine,
if the board has concerns about that, that would be the time to raise them in terms of the number of sides where signage is proposed.
2 are allowed, right? Because
Well,
the
it's-
blind
Right.
point is one road, and, yeah.
Yeah, so the ones, it's hard to see now, the ones that are circled, essentially on the narrow side
The fact that
and
we can't
the
see it is
wide
pretty
side,
good.
where there's another proposed sign.
Mhm.
Oh,
Right.
So if the board had concerns about either one of those and felt that that was not appropriate, then it would be a moot point to seek a variance because it wouldn't have design approval.
well, I think that's probably true, is it
So-
or is it not?
I mean, is the thought that you can see it coming from
Coming
County
on the
Road
road.
39, coming from Hampton Road, going east and coming, I mean, not, and then coming, I mean, I guess that's their
East-west.
purpose to
I don't think
put
you
them,
need, but I don't think, you already have 2 signs facing,
East
Right.
and west.
yes, you
So
have,
if you lose the
right.
skinny
You-
one, it
you
would
don't
alleviate
need-
the
right,
variance
yeah.
issue.
Exactly.
And cut down.
Yeah, and that facade also has the lettering on the
Correct,
fascia board.
correct.
So you would see some, I mean, you do have some signage.
And then you're not selling anything, your people are gonna know where they're going.
That's a good point, too.
630 Hampton Road, people are gonna know where to go on that. It's not like,
Well, I don't think that's true if you're coming to a medical thing that's brand new. How
Well,
would they
I
know?
did drive by on County Road 39, the Stony Brook has the cancer
Oh, yeah,
there.
Phillips.
Yeah, and I looked at that sign today just to see, and it is smaller, and you can see it loud and clear.
I don't think people
So-
necessarily know where they're going because they're going to a doctor's office.
All right.
But
so-
I just think there's too much going on. We need to see a more, we need to
Yeah.
see it reduce the shield, and if they want to remove something, that would be helpful.
So can I ask a question? So do you feel that we can do it on both sides of a reduced shield, but on both sides of the chimney, or you're only interested in it on the west side and this way, each of the northeast and west side have a representation of a sign as opposed to the east sign having two sides, because you're saying now that you don't want a shield on the north side, which is the front of the building.
Correct, because you have signage already on the front of the building, which is part of
Right,
the
but-
conflict with variance.
But technically, like, that east side has a sign, so do you think you'll allow the shield on the east side also, or no?
Do they need a variance for that? Is that,
They can have it on two sides, they can't have it on three, right?
No, only on the one side where there's not a wall sign.
Right.
Which is the,
Sage, are we able to pull up
Correct.
what's on the table? It might
West
be
side.
easier if we could show it if the applicant's not able to.
Since
Thank you. So yeah, so the ones that are circled, that was the building inspector who circled those as not meeting code. So it's the small one on the narrow side and the opposite one, I believe that's where it says
that's the east side?
Right.
Yeah.
mhm.
east side, right.
So-
Because I guess there's a second sign per that wall.
Correct.
And
Yep.
you're not allowed to have two signs on the wall.
Correct.
So,
Right.
I guess for us to go to variance, do you think you would allow that second sign on that wall? This way we have exposure on both sides.
we're
on
not that bored.
Well, I think what they're
Okay.
asking for is
For
from,
an
a-
advisory,
for
whether it's
design, for
worth it.
design,
Yeah.
would you approve the design on that east elevation of that signage, assuming that a variance would be procured?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm
Personally,
okay
I
with
mean,
that,
it's
with a
just one-
reduced
yeah.
shield.
Right.
Right, you guys want the reduced shield, so
Yeah.
what I'll do is I'll go back to the drawing board as far as getting a reduced size,
Far away.
and then I'll represent it to you
Yeah.
after they approve the size. Stony Brook will have to approve the size that I'm presenting to them.
And
Okay,
is that
just so we're-
without the north elevation?
North
sorry?
elevation shield would go away
Way.
altogether.
Yeah.
Right.
It's 'cause
And
it
you would
looks
do
so
an east
crowded
and
there.
west shield
Correct.
on the chimney
Correct.
in a reduced size, both sides that matches,
Mhm.
and then signage over both of the doorways. Well, the other one's not a
Correct.
doorway, but
Correct. That the east side is not a door, but yes, you
Right,
are
right.
correct. I'll make that fit.
And also the
within that
shield is very
facade
far.
space.
okay.
Say that
Yeah.
again.
No, that sounds right. And just to confirm, there's no ground sign that's being proposed?
Aren't there?
Not at this time.
Okay.
Weren't
Yeah,
there
not at
already?
this time.
There used to be on that car lot, but I don't think it's
Yeah.
there anymore.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna suggest that we adjourn this to the next meeting, which is August 24th. Can you present by then? Or actually, this could go directly back to the sign committee. Jane?
If you
Yes,
prefer,
it could-
sure.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, why don't you make the changes that we've discussed so far this evening, and it can go back to the signage committee and get signed off on pretty quickly.
Okay, can I ask you how I do that? Do I come in or do I email or? I'm not sure how I
Same
do that.
process as you submitted this initial application, and the signage committee will pick it up in the building department office.
Perfect. All right, great. Thank you so much for your help tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, do you want to make a motion to adjourn?
Yeah, I
Or
would
is
make,
it-
adjourn this to the next meeting.
Okay, so motion
Oh.
to adjourn this to the next meeting or signage committee. Do I have a
Sure.
second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to make sure, was there an adjournment request at 24 Meadowgrass, or was that previously adjourned?
There was a,
I think more.
It's already
just
off my list.
Recent. I got a second version of the agenda that.
Oh, only because I see my agenda says applicant requests adjournment to August 24th.
yes, I had that too.
But then I went in today and I think something.
So
I
do
have-
I need to,
I would
should
make a
address
motion
it.
to adjourn that to that date.
can I do them all together?
I think that's the only request. That
There's
wasn't already
Sequoia
approved.
Realty also. But that's September 14th. Okay. We have a adjournment request for this evening for Charles Butler, 24 Meadowgrass Lane. I'm going to motion to adjourn this to our next meeting on August 24th. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, our next item up is J.C. Pond LLC, 153 Pond Lane.
Where is the rest of the application? See that? Do they have the whole application? I don't think so. Oh, they don't have their, is this a redo? Is this the first time? Is this a carryover?
This is a carryover.
Oh, okay.
How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Good. You want to give us your name and name and business and then walk us
David
through?
Gilmartin, Greenberg, Chard, 2317 Montauk Highway, Bridgehampton, on council.
Brian Glasser, architect. So this is our second meeting, and just wanted to go over, there was a few, I don't think there was too many concerns with the overall design, but there was a few questions. Starting off with the renderings that we provided. Originally, we just did a front of the house, and we also did the pool house. What you'll see in front of you is we did they requested 4, we ended up doing 6 renderings, just showing the neighboring properties and the rear of the house, and just kind of like the overall context of how I provided 3 aerial views of what's actually currently built, currently there. One thing that was brought up was the neighboring property to the north, that it is a vacant piece of property, just like ours. One of my aerial views just showed, I think it was like a Google image, and it showed like a current house there, which is no longer there, which you can see in several of the aerial views and in our landscape plan.
I believe the town CPF fund bought that
Yeah.
piece of property.
So one of the other comments was to remove the transom over the front door, which we removed. You can't really see it in these renderings, but it is on the 2-dimensional drawings. You might get a glimpse of it on the proposed rendering from the front elevation. So I was taking
Let's
care of that. God bless you. Another thing that was brought up is that the front door, what the front door material would be. We're gonna go with a stained mahogany and painted white side lights. The overhead garage doors, those would be a stained mahogany as well, and we have 3 on the side. Moving on to the windows for the pool house. We originally had, I think it was, I don't remember what it originally was, but we changed it. You get a glimpse of it on the rendering and on our 2-dimensional drawings. We went with a double hung 6/1 window, which is matching the main house.
Good.
The lanterns, I think I mentioned it to you at the meeting. I have, I don't know if you're able to see this, but here's like a spec sheet, and I also provided a picture of what
Thank you.
yes.
Brian, are these in the file?
I'm not sure, that's why I brought extra ones, just in case, but it's just a, yeah. But you can see a picture of it on the background, that it's Valo, and we're gonna go with an electric, it's gonna be an electric dark sky compliant lantern, but you can see the profile here. It's gonna be a copper material. This is showing I couldn't find one with the glass, or with the electric, but
yeah, they don't.
they try to push the gas, but these are electric, which we should have called out.
Yeah.
Just what you need.
But, oh, gas.
Gas,
Yeah,
I know.
I think it's wasteful. It's a lot of constantly burning. That seemed a little crazy, but anyway. The last thing is so you can see here with the renderings, you can see quite a few views from the rear. I think Quinn mentioned about this structure on the back, which has the windows. Now you can kind of, instead of just seeing the 2D, you can kind of see the back of that breakfast area. And the last thing I had to provide was a landscape plan, which I worked with a landscape designer and did a basic landscape layout, just explaining that, you know, we're doing a pea gravel driveway, blue stone hardscape. This is the existing tennis court, which is just getting renovated.
Where is that in our package?
It's still in the
Page 9.
hookup.
I think it's the last, maybe one of the last pages.
009. It's in the staples.
And just to go through the specifications,
Okay, got
in the backyard, we were going with a 8 to 10 foot privet hedge around the perimeter. In the front, we were lowering that down to a 6 foot privet hedge. You'll see around the house, I just put some foundation plantings, calling out rose bushes and hydrangeas. We're doing hydrangeas around the tennis court. And just for context, we showed the existing, neighboring properties. You'll see here to the north that it's just basically a vacant piece of property. And some of the trees that kind of touch down, we're maintaining outside of our footprint. Obviously, we're not touching that. Some of this stuff might kind of come over our property, but we would maintain it to just let it naturally, the lot's big enough, so we wouldn't
Yeah.
be touching any trees that aren't on our property.
Bert, could you show what you're indicating there in the village right-of-way in front of the property? There's some trees that are...
This is all existing.
Exists.
So that's existing and proposed to remain?
We're not touching anything. I think you guys were doing, I think at the last meeting, I haven't seen anything and we didn't reach out to the village, but I thought you were having a landscape design being done here. We're not touching any of this. We're just putting within our property line the privet hedge, a 6 foot tall privet hedge.
We're not entitled to improve.
No.
No, I was gonna say, is this the extent
You'll see-
of
I
what
mean,
you're
you'll
doing?
also see
Because it's
that-
not much.
Yeah, you'll see the neighboring property. They have a similar privet hedge going along, and then, some of their the trees within the right of way, and then their own property would have a similar situation to the neighbor.
Is what's shown on your rendering match what the trees that are there, or is that more just illustrative of the house? Because I see there's some trees there that I don't see on your
Oh, on our
plan.
planning?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so that's...
We didn't coordinate that stuff, no.
Right.
I would say what you see here within the right of way is what it is.
Okay.
When I have my guys do renderings, they just try to organize it, but even the surrounding properties, we put fake trees in just to, we don't really touch the neighboring property because it's not our,
But on a scale
We
of
can't
this
do- we can't
property,
do
it
that
seems
type
like
of
there would be a lot more to the planting plan than
What you
what
need.
is shown.
yeah.
The
I mean,
client-
and right,
The client wanted it simple.
Yeah.
That was.
No
Also-
You
kidding.
I will
nailed it.
say-
There's an answer.
I will say, once this gets developed, then they'll start adding to that, but in right, we do have the right to, it's full clearing here. So it's not like we're doing anything illegal.
You
It
didn't
meets all
tear
their
down any
codes.
trees?
I'm sorry, what?
You didn't tear down any trees?
We
It's
didn't-
like a big
Yeah, it's a
runway,
big-
kind of weird
yeah.
place, isn't it?
Well, and it's funny because we're always talking about the runoff into
But it-
Poland from this and
It goes back, right?
not their
The
problem,
drainage,
but-
we're gonna have drainage, everything's gonna be done with a civil engineer, so I wouldn't worry, you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. That wouldn't get.
Well, there's some big stuff going on
Yeah.
to your east, right? Some big house. Soon, not right next to it,
The east is Agawam.
yeah, that way. There's a big project right on the lake, I believe. We just approved it.
All right. Sorry, anything else?
No, I think that was all the comments from the last meeting. Yeah.
I,
Board members?
I don't have anything to say, it looks okay to me. It's a weird layout, the place is like, looks strange to begin with. I kind of enjoyed it though, because it was such anomaly, but it had to go sometime.
The house is pretty. I think that it's appropriate for the size and
Yeah.
scale of the lot, and it's gonna look pretty from the road, and that's.
That's the biggest thing for most of the projects is everything's maxed out, so I was like, oh, this is like a.
And it's
it
kind of
seems
set
awesome.
back in a way
Well,
that's not like looming over you,
Yeah.
which is fantastic for the.
Yeah, we
That's
could have
how-
went right to the
how
front
the
yard
land
property
went.
line.
Right, right. Jane, thoughts?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I think originally, wasn't there a covering from the house to the pool? Maybe not.
No.
No, it's just a walkway there?
Yeah, no, there's no,
Okay.
there's just stepping stones going back. Yeah, no, it's just, oh, you're thinking maybe that was like a pergola? I have it drawn here as like on the site plan, but those are just stepping stones.
Okay.
You can kind of see here in this rendering, here, just stepping stones connecting.
This is historic.
And did you say you hadn't gotten the chance to coordinate with the village improvements that are happening on Pond Lane?
I mentioned at the last meeting, I didn't think it was much was gonna happen, so I just said, let's stay within our setbacks, and like I said, my closest, just to kind of stay in rhythm with the current neighboring property, you do have a privet hedge here, so we'd be doing, if you look at this privet head, we'd be maintaining that, so that was the concept.
Right.
And you're gonna have some natural trees that overlap that, but just stay kind of consistent.
Is that the one you're thinking about to the left of Cheryl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's big. Not
Yes, it
Cheryl,
is. Well,
across
formerly.
from Cheryl.
Oh, that one too, yeah. Yes.
It's, what's his name?
Okay, Nina?
Yeah, I would encourage you to see what you can do in terms of native planting. It seems a little bare.
I'm not, you know what it is, I had to deal with a landscape designer, I think they're gonna bring probably like a higher
Big
end
guns
landscape
in.
designer
We'll
in,
look
yeah.
into it.
Yeah, because
yeah.
it could help the whole ecosystem of the whole
Mhm.
Yeah,
neighborhood.
definitely.
And because we are in the historic district, the landscaping is part of the certificate of appropriateness approval, so this would be the time to get that approved.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll end up having to come back to the board.
I think, yeah, that would. in the
Maybe you
future,
want to
that would
nix
be
the roses.
I'm sorry?
I said, maybe you want to nix the roses. High maintenance, and the deer love them.
You can't see it from the street, I suspect, as a foundation covering.
Yeah.
We'll pass that along.
Okay. So I'm gonna motion.
Wait, public comment?
Oh, is there any public comment?
Perhaps.
Sure. Did you want to make, yep, this is your time.
Yes.
You can come up to the podium when you're ready.
I'm a bit of a disadvantage,
Sorry,
Sir,
you
if
just
you
gonna,
could stand over at the.
and I have seen this.
sorry. He can either come to the podium, so you won't quite hear comments. Unless you'd rather sit, you can sit as well.
What, yeah.
Why don't you sit? And that way you can address the board and point to the plans here.
Well, can I?
Yep.
I'm very deaf. I
If you
have a
could, if you don't mind, give us your
disadvantage
name and
of not having
address.
heard any of the presentation. I'm sure it was fine. I want to introduce myself first, tell you my interest. Over 60 years ago, I gave to the village 11 willow trees. And they are basically the willow trees, some of them might have died, but basically the willow trees in front of where the house is going to go. And I live across the lake, and for 60 years I've reveled in the beauty. It's the most beautiful spot in Southampton. It's small. You look across the lake, you don't see any houses. It's that up the Thames Valley in England, beyond it. It's fabulous. But anyway, time moves on, and I have no objection to the house. I think it's a house like you see about 50 or 100 more.
Right.
It's a style, it's beautiful.
I think a lot of people would agree it's a very lovely street.
What I'm concerned about is the prior supervisor, I have it, my name of the village superintendent. They just have what's on top there.
You introduce himself? Okay. I thought maybe I missed it.
And of course, when I gave the trees, the village was very grateful. And God, now I have to get my glass. I'm sorry. But I won't go on that one.
Also, tell us your last name again, remind us.
And there was a.
He can't hear you.
Earlier,
Remind us your last name.
huh?
Remind us your last name.
Oh, I'm John McGuire.
John McGuire.
And I'm an ex-lawyer in New York, but that's irrelevant. And I've lived in the house. I'm the oldest person on the lake. I'm the oldest, 10. And I built the nucleus of my little house, was a historic school.
Oh, so you're on Linden Lane, that's right, on Linden Lane?
On the last
Right.
house, on Linden Lane on the left. And
So this,
it's been great.
we're not touching.
But in, let's see, I have a memo just to myself, written in October 19, telling about my giveaway. After watching the demolition of the white modern Wyman house, Frank Wyman had the 17 acres. He was a friend. From my terrace, looking at the lake, I spoke to Tim of the demolition crew and was told that there had been quite a back and forth between the village and the owner or purchase of several lots of the subdivision of the Wyman property regarding the cutting down of some of the willows on Pond Lane to open up space for a view of the lake, but that the village prevailed and refused.
So I don't think that
I'm sorry.
they won't be cutting any of the willows on Pond Lane because that's
there
outside of their
today.
building.
There is at the north end of the, and they show on the property, that's the green thing.
It's not,
I don't think what willows you're discussing are on the
This is
property.
village property.
well,
3 things, green trees.
Correct, but they're not going to be touching any of that. All of that belongs to the village, so they won't be touching any of that.
Got it wrong.
All of that is outside of their building envelope.
Oh, I understand that. So this is the village, these are the trees.
Correct, that's
I don't
correct.
know why they are pictured like bluff trees, but it would appear that the green things.
I think those are just
taken
schematics.
down and replaced with a very bunch of little, whatever brand tree they are. When people plant a whole row of 7 trees, they're little. There was just a row for Tommy Lee's house on Gin Lane. It was very nice, very nice.
Okay.
But it's stiff, it's formal. And what you have on the other side, on the lake side of the town lane, is a natural beauty.
Yes,
So
I
it's-
think we agree.
Apples and oranges.
Well,
And,
thank you very much for your time.
Okay, I'm sure that is,
No, we appreciate the input, so thank you.
but the village has always taken the position of the trees do not get taken out. They die, but they don't get
It's good.
taken out.
That's good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
thank you. Okay.
Okay. Did
Okay,
you all have
what?
anything else to present? No, okay. I'm going to motion to move to written decision to approve the application for 153 Pond Lane LLC based on drawings stamped July 17th and presented on October 10th, Do I have a second?
August 10th.
August, sorry.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great.
Okay. Got something done.
Thanks, guys. Okay, next in line, we have public hearing non-historic, Hampton's Hideaway, 145 Somerset Avenue. Great, somebody to present.
Go again.
Do you want to review with us the,
I will not. I believe my architect will
Oh,
be on.
fantastic.
Peter will be on. I'm just
Fantastic.
observing today.
if you would also give us your name and
Yes, Ganesh
address?
Krishna, 145 Somerset Avenue in Southampton, representing Hampton's Hideaway LLC.
Great.
Okay.
Hey, guys.
Hello.
If you would introduce yourselves?
Yes, this is Peter Gridetti and Keely Day from Purple Cherry Architects, and we are representing the owner for 145 Somerset Avenue. And we are seeking an amendment to our previously approved application. We were here 2 weeks ago, and we adjourned from the July 27th meeting. And we went back to our previous approval to take some cues and to also listen to your feedback, which was really good feedback, and we made some really nice revisions to the drawings, and we'd like to share them with you tonight. So this drawing that you see here was the rear elevation, and what the board had said was, from the previous approval, we had lost the kind of row of nice dormers that neatly ran on the right side of that roof. And we had a very kind of large entablature that went all the way across of this flat roof. So we took that information very, to heart. We went back to some of the scale and the things that were working for us for our first approval, and we reintroduced the shed dormers, and they beautifully align with our window groupings below. We've also broken back the entablature and that cornice. You can see that little setback for it. And we reduced the scale of it as well. So we thinned it out as much as the structure would allow us to do, just to make the lines a little bit more elegant, and also to reflect upon what you guys had said originally for the front elevation, where we had a proposed kind of one-story rail above the door. We said to kind of tone that down, make it a little bit more delicate. So we took that advice and we reintroduced it to the rear elevation, which was pretty much the point of focus at our last meeting. So we'd just like to present that to you and get your feedback tonight.
And did you make changes to the garage door at the eave line that goes above those? You did. It's better.
Changes.
I'm on the garage side elevation. is what
Yeah,
you
we
call it.
can go to that. Yeah, we have a nice little side-by-side comparison
Yeah.
from the previously approved and then yes, that's a great point. We did talk about that briefly last time. So the garage, the second garage from the left, that garage has come out maybe 1.5 or 2 feet to be coplanar with the garage on the left, and we've taken that roof and just pulled it across to not only create the covering of our kind of mudroom entrance, but just to unify that elevation. So yes, you see the previously approved and then our proposed side elevation. And there's no change to the front elevation from our previously approved, so we kept that exactly as is.
Right.
So I think you did a good job. It's much improved from the previous.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Board members?
Yeah, I would agree. It's better to have the dormers back. We felt like.
Breaks up that big
Yes.
sweep.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I also think that the garage, way you connected the
sweep with
two
the
is
garage
much
looks
nicer.
nice. It
It's
looks
much
nice.
less choppy and takes
Yeah.
away from the asymmetrical roof. It looks great.
Yeah.
Yep,
Thank you.
yep. Great changes.
Nice
Thank
changes.
you.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, no, we listened to that, and we went back to the first round of kind of advice, because I picked up some cues on the front, and we actually looked at kind of thinning that entablature out so that it wasn't as heavy, and it really just fell into place, and we're very, very pleased with it.
All right, that's great. Any other questions, board? No? Okay. Any public comment? Nope. Great. Okay. With that, I'm going to motion to approve the application for 145 Somerset Avenue based on drawings from August 4th and presented on August 10th. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful evening.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah. This is so fun.
All right, next up, John Frederick Byers, 192 Halsey Street, exterior modifications and renovation.
Oh.
Coming in on Zoom? Great, thank you. Okay. Hi there.
Hi there.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah,
And
this is. Did you guys hear me?
yes.
Okay, sorry about that. My audio is a little off from my usual setup. This is P.T. Pasquale, architect, representing the project and the owner at 192 Halsey Street. Share my screen.
Great.
Thank you for your comments 2 weeks ago. We made some revisions here to address those comments. I noted in the last session that this is one of only 3 one-story houses on Halsey Street, and that there's no proposed increase in square footage. I did not note that with the removal of a rear covered porch, that there's actually a reduction in lot coverage, and that it is a 2-bedroom house. The comments were focused on the planar nature of the glass on the front elevation and the amount of glass at the rear. So what we've done is the board suggested addressing the planar nature of the south window without necessarily making it traditional. And so our proposal was to recess the window that is up against the driveway, that is not behind the hedge, so as to make it recessed in shadow and to make the glass light less in plane, or not in plane with the front elevation. The trim, as we're showing on the balance of the windows, was removed, and into that 11-inch recess, we're returning the shingles to just reduce the visual presence of that window from the street. On the rear, one thing just to note that we didn't talk about last time, it did come up, the relationship to the project at the rear. There is a driveway that is coming in off of this house on White Street, and cars that will be pulling through to the back of the lot. And so the idea of screening, as we had it proposed and with some modification, is mutually beneficial, so that the house at Halsey Street doesn't get headlights into the rear of the house. And so what we've done is, we were previously proposing on the side lot lines and the rear a 4-foot solid fence. We've increased that to 6 feet. And then these 2 picture windows, we reduced by 40% each, from 7 by 7 to 5.5 by 5.5, reducing the overall amount of glass on the rear by 15%.
Okay.
What is the fence made out of?
It's going to be a solid painted fence.
Wooden?
Wooden, yes.
Because they
Like-
had shown last time that the lot on White Street kind of, there's a pool and
Right,
it's
it's
a
that,
little,
That's-
it's a little, you know, you
yeah,
wouldn't
that's
just
that Roy
pick it out.
Wine's house right on the corner.
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
so, I mean, we might have to think about how that goes.
Is 6,
I was
is
surprised
6
by
feet
it.
allowed by that?
Yeah.
Yes.
It is, okay.
That's it, right?
In a rear and side only.
Rear and side
Yeah.
only, okay.
I actually think that might help.
And then what's the landscaping?
The landscaping plan proposed?
With that goes with with the fence, yeah.
I'll show you right here. Sorry, this is just loading, it'll slow this.
I mean, originally you were saying privet, I think.
We have the 12-foot,
We might have had that in the first go around.
this is just.
I think it is. Want me to look?
So let me go back to make sure I have the species correct. It's they're 12-foot plantings along the back. It is privet. We're also, a 20-foot tall magnolia is being relocated from here to help block views in a mutually beneficial way.
Beautiful.
Okay. Anything else? Any other changes?
No,
Okay. Board members.
I think they did a good job, given the circumstances, which I thought was important to see the back part with that other lot, which changes the dynamics back there. This is a little place,
Yeah, it's small.
and it doesn't want to be overwhelmed by, I don't know what's going to happen, but hopefully it won't be. So I have no objections. And I
Did we
think
get
it's-
public comment?
We're still
We're
on
gonna go
us.
through.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's improved. I like the recessed window concept with the shingles, yeah. Yeah, I like that, yeah.
Is that happening on all the windows in the
No.
front? Just the one?
Because it's,
just that one
one
that's.
that's
it
more
is
exposed.
covered by the hedge.
Got it.
I have no objection. I think it's nice.
Yep.
No.
Sorry, I just want to clarify here, that the 12-foot plantings in the back lot line are Juniperus virginia.
So they're evergreens.
Green
which
giants.
is-
That's right, they're evergreens.
What it is on the south
Uh-huh.
side as well.
Which, in the winter, would be a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Sorry.
All right, if we don't have any other questions for you guys, any public comment?
Oh, the usual interest.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
So I will motion to approve the applicant's application for 192 Halsey Street based on drawings submitted August 3rd and presented August 10th. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Good luck.
Congratulations.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
The layers.
Huh?
The layers.
No, there's like a pool.
Yeah.
Noisy shit. Bad. Hello,
Okay, with that, up to our next
Sanford Place, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
new
Hi,
matters,
Lucy. Hi, Lucy.
non-historic, 80 Sanford Place, demolition of an existing dwelling and accessory structure to construct two-story dwelling, attached garage and pool house.
So for the
Okay.
record, I have a affidavit of posting,
affidavit.
an affidavit of mailing, and the board has jurisdiction.
Great, thank you.
Great.
This is Yu Liu, I'm the architect. The 80 Sanford is like behind the Red Horse on Sanford Place. You can see on the aerial photograph is this lot, it's the one that's circled here. There is a small house here that was built probably in the 70s. So it's like, it's pretty run down. So that's it, like you can't even go close, it's like overgrown, it's the front and that's the side. And the neighbors are, I think this is this house that's being renovated, that was an office building.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
It's
being
big.
renovated. And here is like an empty lot, And here's the red horse, and that's the two houses on each side. And this is a small house here. And this one you can't really see because
Can you show us a picture of the house?
You can't really
You
see it.
can't
It's
even see
covered.
it. It's like
It's
It's it's
falling.
it's like a haunted house. Kids would
yeah,
think.
it's like this. That's the front, and that's.
I always
if you
wondered
stand,
what was
if you
going
stand
on.
if you stand right on this driveway, that's the view.
Yeah, I was just curious if you had any kind of architectural, you say 70s it was built?
70s, yeah. I checked the aerial photograph in the 67. You couldn't see anything, it's an empty lot, and then I think in the 84 you can see a building.
Okay.
So it's definitely after 1976.
Thing I saw. Looks like a house, I mean.
Okay.
Oh, you have
it doesn't look like
a
that.
It doesn't look like that
Yeah,
now.
we have
It's like
tax photos
hut.
on file of the
I
house.
see.
Yeah.
I should pull it myself. I just
Yeah.
didn't think of it.
One story?
It looks like 1.5
Strange,
stories.
too. It looks like it's part, I don't know, it had a strange history.
Well, one of those houses was a doctor's office for a while.
I think it
Yes,
was that.
that's across the street.
Oh, that's
Oh.
across the street,
Across the
okay.
street, and it's being renovated right now. It's like this right now. It's being renovated right now.
So this is non-historic. Do we not need to go through the demolition?
No, you do.
We
So
do.
before we consider
So
the new
we'll-
house, the board
right,
needs to
right.
do a demolition
Okay.
evaluation.
So
But
we
it
have.
is new enough, right? It's not like 75 years old. Right?
So it could have gone to the demolition committee, but you're here,
Okay.
so you needed to come to this board anyway, so the board might as well review.
So am I going to motion to,
If the board was inclined, you would motion that you
Would not pursue.
would not
We're not
pursue
gonna-
landmark
Right.
designation for the house at
okay,
80
so I'm
Sanford.
going to motion to not move to landmark
Designation.
80
80
Sanford.
Sanford
80
Place.
Sanford Place. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay.
So this is the existing survey, and we're proposing a house, a two-story house here. Driveway is moved a little bit to the east. Right now it's here and moved to here. Two-car garage, pool house, pool, and fire pit. That's what we're proposing. And I'll skip the basement plan. I basically I just skip all the plan. Go straight to the elevation, which is A5. And so skip first floor, basement, first floor, second floor. The front elevation, rear elevation, and the material is typical, white windows, white columns, white railings, everything, trim is white. And siding is gonna be natural cedar, roof is gonna be natural cedar. That's what it is. And this is the front and rear, and then this is the side view. That's the garage side, and this is the west side. Site plan again to be next to each other. Garage side is this side, and west side.
Okay, anything else you'd like to review? Okay, first thing I'm going to say is I think that you need to have renderings for this project. It's a significant new house build, and I think we would like to see renderings of both sides of the house and a landscaping plan,
Okay, so
Okay.
front and rear?
front and rear. And
My question is that a glass door? The front door a glass door?
It is half glass. I put little sticker things on it to indicate that's glass. So the side light, of course, is glass, and then the windows, the top portion is glass.
But it looks like more than half. It looks like it's 3/4 of the door is
Okay,
glass.
I'm sorry, 3/4.
Yeah, okay.
The top, I meant the top.
Yeah.
Mark isn't here.
And I would also recommend maybe eliminating some of those, I don't know if they're sliding glass doors,
On the
but the
back.
rear
Yeah,
looks
they're-
very,
yeah.
very heavy with, the ratio of, your wall to window looks very heavy.
I also feel like the doors on the back, and actually they're all doors, it's a big jump from the 2/2 sort of farmhouse window style to a big plate glass slider.
I agree.
7 of them?
And you would, yeah, and
Yeah, that's
maybe a little
something.
continuity would,
So one or the other,
With some.
and maybe not sliders.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Because the front of the house is quite pretty and very symmetrical and
Yeah. I agree.
Very symmetrical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the back. has
nicely,
a little-
like,
Maybe, and then we have that balcony issue again. It's very tight there, no? Isn't that a step-out balcony up from the
Yeah,
second
that-
floor?
It's
Yeah, it is.
actually not that big, it has a roof over it.
what's behind that?
Because that's tight, those are, I guess, the houses on
Yeah, I would think that we
Prospect or
would not,
something.
yeah, I would not
I
think
mean,
that.
it's very tight there.
Okay.
I think there are a lot of sliders on the north elevation, which is
Yeah.
not
That's
energy
the
efficient.
echo, we all,
Okay.
We're not
Yes,
going for
The
it.
balcony is like 4'7"
But we don't want,
we don't.
it's tight. I mean, really, we don't want to create, I don't think it adds anything to the house, I'll just point that out. in
I
terms of
agree.
how it
And,
looks.
and
Yeah,
all those
totally.
3 doors, that's way too much, for the neighbors to have all that
Yeah.
light.
Glass to wall.
Glass,
wall to
yeah,
wall,
yeah, exactly.
Wall to window, whatever.
Same situation. Those doors on the second level feel disparate to the rest of the house.
Smaller doors with parking.
You need,
I
That would
think
be
so.
successful.
I think it'd be prettier too, I mean, but never.
More appropriate for scale and harmonious with the design.
Yeah.
And,
I'm just curious why the bank of 4 windows on the right side, they look like they're etched or something. What is that supposed to signify?
Screen porch.
that's for 4 windows.
that's
No,
a
no,
what?
you're just,
Right here. I'm just
Yeah.
wondering, why are those etched, the
Oh,
window?
they are swinging porch.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
that's okay.
And is
And
it
then-
always a screened-in porch, or do they get switched out to glass you know, some of them switch out to glass panels?
Don't,
Is it a permanent structure?
Is it permanent
Yeah.
screened?
of screens, is that right?
Yeah.
But no glass,
You know,
just
sometimes they
screens.
switch them out winter, you know, seasonally, and then it would be like a glass box.
No, I think it's all built in
It's
here.
all,
Okay.
it's a built-in.
Are we correct? It's all built in, permanent.
Let me talk to the owner.
Did they think they were going to put glass panels?
I'm gonna.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
gonna confirm.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
great,
I want to
great.
be wrong.
We haven't had anything like that, the
Yeah.
whole time I've ever been on the ARB.
Swinging porch,
I think
So-
they're a little high, the second layer of openings.
okay.
Are you saying that's an open space, just screen but no glass?
You know,
Glass
Lower.
like in the 50s where you went out there because it was,
It
didn't
is
have air
swinging.
conditioning, right? Is that where
So there's
we had
windows
one?
and doors that are on the interior of the house that don't show in this elevation.
It's a
Right.
swinging porch. So if you look at the first floor plan, so this porch will have screens on it, like so mosquitoes won't get in.
Good.
Right, but no glass. It's not like it's only for use in good
There's-
weather.
I only have 2 swing doors, which is like 3 feet here and here. See, it's door here,
Yeah.
that goes into this room. It's not like
It's for breakfast.
It's coming to get you. What's
Oh,
going
the
on?
screen port, yeah, okay, so it's only summer.
oh. Oh, sorry,
Good luck, Lucy.
holding it, very precious. Yeah, so it's 1 door and 1 door here. And then this is all screened in.
And this is all screened over here too.
Why, I like that.
I think it's probably very comfortable.
Love it.
If it ever gets cool out here ever again, it's a great idea, sadly. As a kid, that's where, people all had those screened-in porches. And they were nice, because people congregated there as a family. But I don't know. The
So
weather
now-
situations.
Now with the AC, everybody like stay inside, nobody goes outside. which is terrible.
I do, but it's been very hot.
Yeah, we should send the kids to labor camp. And then when they come back, everywhere is cool.
Labor camp.
Not labor, that's from your past, I think, no?
Okay.
I used to work in the field, that's why.
That's right, I'm sure.
One more question I have is on the east elevation, the one window that's short. Is there a reason it's short?
East elevation.
Over the door, the square.
What's that, another balcony, or is that the same balcony?
These are not accessible.
Oh, what's the point of those?
This one? This is, oh no, that one.
Is there
This
any
is
point
east
to that?
elevation?
in
Go
terms-
straight up.
Keep going.
Straight up. See that square? Yeah. Why
Square,
is that one square and
square,
everything else
It's the
is?
bathroom,
Oh,
to make
Okay.
sure.
that makes sense. But is there any reason for that?
The bathroom over the
Railing?
toilet.
Does that help?
I'm sorry?
Does the railing add anything to this? I don't know.
I mean, it
You
might be
can-
nicer than looking at just the box top.
All right,
you know?
fine. I don't get it. Okay.
I can talk to the owner, see if they want to take
No,
it.
it's all right. Nobody else dislikes it but me. Own it.
Okay, so
This one?
to
Yeah,
yes.
just forget it.
Okay.
So
Oh, you dislike it too?
renderings.
Two of us dislike it.
I think railing should have a purpose.
Talk to the
Renderings?
owner then, I
Discuss
guess.
it.
Talk to
Yeah,
the
okay.
owner.
So
It's not a deal
renderings,
breaker, I think.
planting
Renderings.
plan. Take a look at your windows on the back side of the house, scales,
Doors.
wind glass to wall ratio, and consistency on some of the mullions.
Mutton bars.
But a nice project.
Okay, thank you.
Lucy, my notes show that this is in the OD office district. Did the building department talk to you about a special exception? Because a single-family home is a special exception use in the office district.
When they purchased this property, it was deemed to do the residential, it's okay, because the lawsuit across the street won because they converted.
They were issued a special exception
Yeah.
across the street. That,
No, it was told that we can just go to residential because it's already a residential.
I don't think that's how the zoning works, but we should confirm that with the
You
building
know, if-
department.
I
Because-
did talk to Chris Talbert, homeowner, talked to him before
Mhm.
purchased it.
Right.
Because it's already a residential, they are okay with the residential. to
Typically,
replace
when
the
you
residential.
demolish a building and this is a new home, the
Yeah.
code says that a new home requires a special exception use. Only the existing home presumably had a CO, but this is a new structure. That's how the approvals were treated in similar properties. So we should just confirm that with the building department.
Who do I confirm it with?
Well, I'll speak to the building inspector tomorrow.
David did the review.
Mhm.
I think he has a piece of paper when we purchased it, there was agreement of something. We agreed on lot coverage, setback, and
An
everything.
agreement between whom?
Between the owner and the building department.
Okay, that's not how zoning works, but we'll look into it.
Okay, fine.
I do think that when they got those swirly, that horrible, was an office building and made it residential, I don't remember, but there may have been discussion about what else was there, because it changed that whole street. So I just don't remember exactly, but it was maybe more complicated than,
I remember some things too, but I really don't remember whether it changed everything.
but
So
there
I
was
think-
something about coming down the
Yes.
driveway, do you remember that?
Yes, so I would just
It's
double
in the
check.
record somewhere.
Right, I know this property is accessed via a private road that's shared between two different properties.
That's
That
it,
may be what
that's
you're
it.
thinking of, yeah.
That's it. But, okay,
They definitely didn't change the
So-
zoning on more than one.
So this is a private road, you mean?
they,
Yeah, it's, right, it's shared between the two
This
properties
one?
at the
This-
end, yeah,
This
right.
too,
Mm.
okay.
it's a
No,
po-
sorry, the properties on the north and the south own the road.
This
The-
one,
the-
this one.
Yeah, the subject property does not appear to own any of the road.
Okay,
They're just
so
accessing
This
it.
is, this road owned by these two.
That's what it seems to show, yes.
Okay, you want to know if we have access to this?
Presumably, they have an easement to that.
Right, a right of way.
Yeah, I don't know if that's recorded anywhere, but
Okay.
that's
We'd like
not
to think that would
changing.
be in the
by
deed.
But that
this.
doesn't change the
Right.
ARB, we should change, we should check with the lawyer about
Mhm,
this
sure.
one. Okay. Got it.
So Alex, you'll take that to the building department?
Yeah, I'll raise that with
If there's
them.
any questions, go back to.
Yeah, and yeah, I did talk to David Harper about this after Chris left, and I did talk to David Harper about this too.
Okay.
So I talked to
Whoever, yeah.
whoever is in charge.
Okay, so our next meeting is on August 24th. Can you be ready for that?
I try. Yes, I think so.
Keep it moving along, right? Okay, so I'm going to make a motion to approve the applicant's request to adjourn the application for
80 Sanford.
Place to August 24th meeting. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next up,
Did we have public comment
Do-
on that?
Oh,
or should we do public comment next time? Or do you do public comment every time?
We should do public comment every time in case somebody came here today.
did anyone
So do I.
come here? Why don't we ask? Let's just try to get around it. Did anyone come here to discuss
have any?
80 Sanford Place? Okay.
And
Nobody lives, there are 3 people who live down there, one of them, the whole up place is under construction. All right, next time.
Okay, next up, we will do public comment next
Yeah, I'm
time.
fine with that.
When we have beautiful plans to look at. Okay, 70 Old Town Crossing to construct 2.5-story single-family dwelling and detached garage. Hey, guys.
Hi, how are you, everybody?
And if you would introduce yourself with the microphone, would be great.
Joshua Rosenzweig and Tim Ganettis from Austin Patterson Distant Architects, 44 Quag Street, Quag, New York. It's nice to see everybody this evening.
Just for the record, I received an affidavit of mailing and an affidavit of posting, which are in order, and the board has jurisdiction.
Terrific.
Fantastic, thank you very much.
Well, we are here to discuss potential residents, single-family residents at 70 Old Town Crossings, representing our clients who live currently on the street and have long ties to the community. Sought to work with us to develop something authentic in the area that really has somewhat of a feel for the character of the neighborhood. If we follow along to the first couple of pages in the packet that you all have, there are some slides here that show the character of the neighborhood, different images of other houses on Old Town Crossing, a mixture between traditional shingle-style, colonial revival buildings that essentially will all somewhat tie to the aesthetic of the house that we've designed here today. As I go through the second page here, some additional houses on the street with traditional roof lines. And one of the goals for this project was to create very much an authentic, traditional gambrel-style design. I'm going to skip to the exterior elevations. We can come back to the site plan. Okay. This is the north elevation, the front elevation of the house. You can see the gambrel style for the majority of the main roof line with complementary shed and hip-style dormers that can be seen also in the many other homes on Old Town Crossing. A little bit of a peek into some of the materials that you're going to see here, and plus we have renderings that we prepared for the board that you'll see on corresponding pages, but a collaboration of different cedars, the roof being predominantly pressure-treated red cedar, which will silver out to a very nice patina over time. The walls being an Alaskan yellow cedar shingle that also does silver out over time, but in this case, and I brought some materials for the board to take a look at, we've got a nice Enviro bleach stain that covers the Alaskan yellow cedar shingle, sort of accelerating the more silver tones so that it does look the same on day one as it would in the future. Very good quality material for a building of this design. There's also a few colors that will be referenced to the exterior elevations as well, one being a white dove color. All of the exterior trim of this building is going to be white dove. All of the frieze boards, any of the moldings, the windows and doors, which are Marvin, solid wood, ultimate double hungs, and other variety of windows like casements and fixed units in some locations. We're excited about the authenticity of using the solid wood as opposed to some of the more aluminum clad units that over time I think can fade in a way that's not authentic. This will have historic sills, 2 inches, casings, and also there are shutters. We'll talk about that in a second, but there is a color here called chinchilla, right? Soft chinchilla, which is a very nice blue.
Unfortunate name, but very nice.
Yes, it's a very nice blue, which you'll see as well. The exterior elevations, which do have color to it, aren't doing it as much justice as the 3D renderings, which we will look at in just a moment. But just cycling through some more of the materials, a Danish blend brick for all the exposed chimneys on the building, as well as any of the skirt boards of the house as well. One thing to note on this elevation too, you'll see this very much channeled a lot of pure shingle style architecture in terms of following inspirations from, let's say, John Calvin Stevens, where heavy ornamentation is really not the goal. Minimal eaves, minimal trim, and also a reflection of a more simple retreat to columnation around the house, as you can see here on the front porch, with our sort of bracketed shingle columns. So a bit of a retreat from too much ornamentation, trying to create a very nice, soft and quiet facade on Old Town Crossing. As I go, there's also a bit of a study here. I think that the exterior elevations in themselves and the complementing of the windows and doors to the facade doesn't seem robust, but I do have some calculations. This particular north elevation is 14.2% glass. As we approach the east elevation, where you can notice also a side door, and the other aesthetic of the 2.5-story house has about 10% glass with a collaboration of double hungs with shutters. And one thing to note too about this particular design is that all of the shutters are functional with S-dog, sash locks, and hinges, which is very nice to see the authenticity of that, as opposed to maybe shutters that are more coplanar to the window fenestration. These will have a slight, nice angle to them, just sort of approaching the more authentic look.
But are they authentic? Do they work?
They do. They will work, yes. And all of the S-dogs and sash locks and hinges will be stainless steel with an oiled finish, disappearing, but also will stand the test of time. We want these homes to be beautiful, but we also want them to look beautiful as time goes on. The south elevation, which is pulled up on the screen right now, as you can see, you're really looking at the rear of the house right now, and this is a single-family residence with a detached garage and a swimming pool, so there are improvements. I will show you the board renderings from the back, and you'll be able to see over the pool and into the rear yard. I just want to cover some of the material palette right now. Going across to the west elevation, catching a glimpse of the front porch upon entry from the streetscape and the side elevations. Some detailing, again, just pointing out some of the authenticity of the detailing, not a bit of a retreat from the overly ornate frieze boards. There really isn't a proper frieze board on the house, more of a shingle that comes up to the main soffit line of the building. And of course, for any gutters and leaders, we have a galvalume, which will weather into a very nice silver and gray tone. The next page right here, A402.2, just a bit of a profiled look at the sort of scalloped column where you're getting more of the bracketed shingles that are climbing up towards the soffit of the building. Again, a very remnant, a similar detail you'd see on a late 1800 shingle style, especially in Maine, and many accents of that around Long Island. Traditional corbelling on the chimney with our caps and corbels with the Danish blend. Nothing too overly ornate, once again simple. And again, a collection of our double hung casements and fixed units, all with divided lights that are very simple. The gesturing of using a putty glazed on the exterior, a little bit more towards the 5/8 rather than the 1.25 inch, to simulate, the annealed glass look that you would have on authentic late 1800 shingle style. The interior is really focusing on the OG profile in a simulated divided light with low E glass. Again, just having and making a choice to go to an authentic wood sash, knowing that it's going to require a series of maintenance over time. You have to take care of them, I think is sort of a nice push towards the more authentic look that we want to see in the village of Southampton. This next page, focusing on a couple of our Hinckley lanterns that you'll see around the facade of the building. As we look later, again, we can go back and see that we do have a total of, I believe, 6 of the lanterns, 2 that are gracing the front entry procession of the house, two smaller ones on the side, which is the east elevation coming in for the side entrance, and then also two on the south porch in the rear.
The lighting is where it's required for code and that keeps symmetry.
That's right. And I'd like to just skip really quickly to what this all will look like in a little bit more in real color. So these are some of the renderings. If we could maybe zoom in on the top left, which kind of showcases that front procession and the streetscape. Again, you're seeing now for the board the real weathering and the real coloration from the materials that we presented a little bit better than some of the 2D drawings, the Danish blend chimneys, the yellow cedar walls. Very authentic gambrel, well proportioned for a 2.5 story. And one thing that we really liked in the design effort here was the choice of going to the shed dormers on the half story and the hip dormers, as opposed to doing more of a traditional gable dormer, was to essentially retreat the overall mass of the roof line into its inner core, right? And then always, in my opinion, not having dormers creep out towards the exterior walls of the first floor is really a process of retreating that second floor mass, which again does have an impact on some of the second floor spaces, but again, it quiets that roof line. That D1 view on the middle left right there, you can see those dormers are settling into the landscape of the roof, showing more roof than more wall surface. It's a subjective thought in terms of design, but I think that it is nice to have more roof line than wall facade. And again, all of the glass relative to the wall structure is all below 15%, in most cases 10 and 11%. So minimal glass to the overall look. The bottom right-hand corner, if we zoom in, gives you a little bit of a look. If we just go all the way down on the page, on the zoom here, you're getting a view from the detached garage looking back at the south east elevation as you're coming up the driveway. Something to point out as well is, while the rendering just shows it as gray, this will be a Delaware blend of pebble gravel in the driveway, crushed gravel, which is pretty much a pale color of beige, but a little bit of some bluestone chips mixed in, which is that really nice Delaware blend. I think something very predominant in the village of Southampton, that being that, or even in some cases bluestone. Let's go to the next page. There is a shot on the bottom of the page here where you can see the rear elevation looking away from the pool, over the pool towards the main house. You can see the detached garage on the right-hand side here. And you're seeing that one-story detached garage with the same complementary materials that you have on the main residence right there. Just going to pause for a minute for any questions.
I have questions about D3.
I'm sorry?
D3 on page, did you number the pages? R1. What, so those three windows on.
B3?
D is in dog.
Oh, okay.
3.
Mm-hmm.
So at the top there in the middle, that's, I don't get this part of it.
In the middle, the top 3 windows right here.
Yeah.
These are the 3 windows to the half story.
Okay.
So let me take you to the floor plan really fast, and then I'll come right back.
And what's the material
I
on
don't
that,
do the
too? It looks-
interior, sorry.
The material of the windows?
No, the roof.
The roof is a standing seam zinc coated copper.
On the top dormers, because the slope was not appropriate for cedar.
What did they just say?
Is zinc coated copper on the shed dormer at the top of the roof,
Oh my
which also just silvers out to a.
See, it just looks this.
Yeah, the rendering's not doing it justice there.
I have also on the dimensions of the garage,
Mm-hmm.
10 by something.
Let's go to the detached garage page.
What page is it? Farther down? No. I was on a site plan for that measurement because I didn't see it. Well, there are no measurements on this thing. Where are the measurements? It's on the site plan. 10 width, I believe. Is that correct? There's a... I don't know where I saw it. I saw it.
Here's on the site plan here.
Because you don't have any numbers on the other things. Okay. Does it say 10 by something?
No, the only number is on the pool, 15 by 30 on the site plan.
No, here it says
Just
proposed
16 foot
16 by
24
24.
foot 6, 410 square feet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's where you saw the 10.
So I don't get a big garage buzz off of this, and I've looked at your gross floor area
Mhm.
measurements, which you are underneath the max by 1 foot. So, and then having a shower. Is this actually? a
The
gar-
outdoor, it's an outdoor shower, yes.
Uh-huh,
Mhm.
I get that. Is this actually a garage or a pool house, but you don't have the
No,
GFA
it is absolutely a
requirement?
garage.
Actually,
It's 100% a garage. There'll be a concrete slab inside, no amenities, windows just for light. It is 100% a garage.
Okay, it's on the record.
Yes. I've built I built several homes in the village of Southampton, and I would never socialize anything that wasn't going to be that way
Well,
forever.
on that street, there was stuff going on once.
Not
Those
me.
are narrow lots, those are narrow lots.
Oh, no, I agree, and that's another reason why I talked a bit at length about those dormers, because it is a narrow street, and I think the respect to the property lines in terms of the neighboring properties, we want to design well on a street where it is narrow, where there are close proximity to its neighbors. We want it to stand out thoughtfully, but not stand out in a way that it feels like it's imposing on the streetscape. And I think that the main one roof line, the gambrel to the streetscape, which is similar from another property on Old Town Crossing, is so simple enough where there's not too much vocabulary, so it just becomes a little bit quieter. I really wanted this, me personally, of course, our clients, and it's a collaborative process, the people in my firm. We really wanted this to be more authentic to a late 1800s shingle style in terms of the detailing. And I know this board should judge the architecture on a whole, but the details also matter.
So lose the skylights, because that wouldn't be classic
It
1800.
wouldn't, and you can't see them, which is why it doesn't have to be sometimes authentic. But if it's okay, the skylights do have timers for automatic shades, which for on the record will be there. They also have low refractory glass film that goes in front of it in order to keep any kind of glare down whatsoever. They're at an elevation where it would be impossible for the human eye to detect them. And it's certainly, just because of the half-story regulations in the village, which I embrace, it's hard to get light in there. And happy spaces have light and exposures, but we don't have enough
Are
wall
those
facade
skylights
to
or
put more
windows?
windows. So it is a challenge. That's why we only have 4 of them. We wanted to add a lot more than that, but we only have 4.
And is that considered the attic where they're?
That's the half story. There is an office
up
on
there.
that floor and a closet.
And a
There's a
stair hall.
staircase and a stair hall, so this brings natural light into the stair hall area. We even looked at other options where you bring sort of the natural light through canisters, but those you can actually see from the roof. This is level with the roof finish, so it would be impossible to see them from walking down the street on Old Crossing. It would be almost impossible, unless you had a drone.
So,
Well,
wait a minute.
there's other ways to let lighting into that hallway.
There is, we have windows on the east
Yeah.
and west elevation.
Right.
So what else is
Yeah.
in the half story, since I'm still wandering around in
It's this
here?
office.
Just
We have an office and a cedar
Office on the
closet.
top, so like
Right.
the lighting a hallway.
An office in a cedar closet. I find the roof line sticking up there to be, I think the massiveness of this house is pretty intense in terms of, it's packed in there. There's no relief in my head. And I'm not suggesting what you should do about it, but I think it is
It is, I
It's
agree.
less than graceful, that's for sure.
I have to say, I do like the shed dormer. I think that was a really good idea to pull it back to the core.
Yeah, the shed dormers get pulled back beyond the
Pulling
purlins
back,
of the
which was
gambrel.
nice, as opposed to sticking out of the
Yeah, I
hat.
like
Yeah,
that too.
What is that?
That's the same.
So maybe
three.
we lose that half floor up there. I think it would be a better construction.
It would certainly be cleaner.
It would be, yeah, it just seems like that's,
Dense.
there's a, again, I can only tell you from my perspective in design, it is a 2.5-story house. And, the mechanism that we designed for was a retreat of each level of any dormers that provide for window wall enclosure. So again, the half-story, the shed dormers, they come out before the purlins of the gambrel. Maybe represents less than, maybe 1/3 of the overall width of the building. And then the hip dormers on the second level, which are providing ceiling height, again, not an overly amount of ceiling height. We're talking plate heights at about only 8 feet. Those are retreated back onto the roof a little bit as well. So we have tried to manage scale on this, and it is very predominant to see an sort of agrarian form like a gambrel with dormers coming off of both above and below the purlin. That can be documented on gambrels and agrarian structures forever.
We're not asking you to build a replica historic structure.
Oh, of course.
It's not. And in
Yeah.
fact, it goes against.
It's a very good-looking house. I'm not going to deny that. It's a very good-looking house. But when I saw the skylights, and then I was also like, what was going on here? I was thrown off by the, what I thought was an attic.
Yeah, here's the floor plan. I mean, if it made the board more favorable, we could maybe take 2 of the 4 skylights
Wow.
off if the board thought that
You're
would
going to
make
have a hard time selling skylights. When there's other ways, if you actually are like the way that the shed roof works, I think there's other ways to get light into that hallway, if that's what your concern is.
You could do transoms
You
interior.
could absolutely do
Interior
transoms.
transoms.
Yep.
Or the head height is low, so you wouldn't be able to do transoms, but you could do partial glass.
There's, if the board is, again, I mean, we want to, this is a.
I think sorry.
No, please, go ahead.
I think your interior walls are like 7'1" or something
Yeah,
like
they're
that.
short, yeah.
So there's definitely room that you could accomplish what you need in there, I think. And these are all double hinged, just so we're all on the same page, double hinged shutters on the outside?
These are, which ones? Let's go through each
Front.
one.
Where it's needed for the function.
Yeah, for the
Yes.
function, there's double
Okay.
hinge.
Okay.
Yes, for the function.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
yes. They look better too that way.
We
For
don't
sure.
I don't think we approve ones that aren't.
I mean, I feel like the diamond windows are kind of out of nowhere on this house. And I agree, I think it's a really pretty house and like
Thank you.
successful. I think those come out of nowhere for me. Especially if you're referring to history,
Mm-hmm.
they would not be there.
More of the converted barn to the residence after, where there was a multitude of different divided lights, back of the house, in front of the house.
Or something got repurposed.
Yes, well, that's also
From down the street.
That tells a story, though, doesn't it?
Yes.
I think the south and north elevations are beautiful, and the house in general is, it's well proportioned, and it's classical, and it's fitting to the neighborhood. But I do feel that these 3 windows in the half story are just ruining the east and west facades. I just think it's crowding the entire elegance of the house to have this added office space with these 3 windows.
Just
I
to
don't
be
know if
clear,
there's-
are these 3 windows here?
Yeah,
Okay, and on the other side as well?
Yeah.
Yes, they come out of nowhere.
I just
And
think.
looking at the front
yeah.
even is like,
It's like, what? I couldn't figure out what was going on.
sorry, Nina, go ahead.
Which
No,
ones?
that's it, I just have, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about that as a full half story, and the amount of windows per that story, they're certainly providing the minimum amount of light per function, and
No, we
it
get
isn't.
it's more about the rhythm and
Oh.
the.
Would you rather see them mold together to a degree? Because more square geometry windows within a shed dormer are kind of, makes sense when the dormer itself is only coming out of the roof line. For instance, if this dormer was a full, which nobody on this board would want to see, I wouldn't either, but if this was a full wall of 9 feet, proportionally, the windows would react. But because it's only about 4 feet of exposure, the square casement is kind of typical of that type of setting. But if they were maybe mulled together, you know, and again, all the mulls in this house are showing a 6-inch mull versus the 4-inch casing to nod to the weight and chain effect of when 2 mulls. But if these were mulled together,
Or is the concern maybe the alignment to the windows below? Or
Yes,
maybe if they were
yes,
spaced
it's
a little
the
further
rhythm.
apart?
Yeah,
And
it's
maybe,
just-
So go with
maybe,
the asymmetry rather than
It
have that
sticks
line
up out of there.
continue.
It just seems like that was just because, you know, I get it, that you wanted the light
The third
in the
floor.
Well,
third floor, I get it.
there's
But
also
I don't
some,
think it
in my
does
opinion,
anything
some
for your building.
you know, there's poetry to it as well. In my eyes, this is subjective, so everybody, we all don't think the same way when it comes to design, but I am personally not offended by that. I see a cadence of 3 windows, but I agree with Tim. I mean, it could also look lovely if they broke from any kind of symmetry below, windows below, and spread apart a bit more. Again, you know, this, I can also find the beauty in doing something like this, but I think that they would still be in the proposal to maximize light.
no, I think what I meant more was maybe they stay within the line, but they would be maybe 2 windows instead of 3. I would just play around with the rhythm of the facade.
That's
Where
interesting. Maybe a reduction of the quantity of those windows.
maybe 2 windows or
Maybe
maybe
the
1
size as
window.
well.
Yeah, just play around with it if you really need that office space, but, yeah, it just seems overkill right now somehow on the facade of the
Okay.
east and west.
Yes, it would also be like nice if that roof line, if they reduced to like a rows of 2, if the roof line dropped a little bit, that it was more harmonious with the
Lower
roof line
part,
below it.
yeah.
On the main facade, it might be a little less like blocky looking.
Yes.
I would agree with that, yes.
Me too.
Mhm.
You're, I see what you're saying. You're suggesting in
Correct.
Reduce the pitch.
a reduce
Correct.
of, a reduce of
Increase
pitch,
the pitch.
increase of pitch, and a little bit of a more minimal take on the window fenestrations on the east and west side might just be the thing that carries it across.
That
Looks
does
better
help.
already.
Oh, look at that.
You know, you
The
have a
skylights, are they
beautiful
still
fac-
negotiable, or are they something that we
I don't
can?
think that's gonna happen. I think we'll move on to other things that we could discuss.
Yeah.
But just to carry through a little bit more too on this, just a bit of citing. Tim, do you want to say a few words about the landscape plan, just so that the board recalls it if we see them another time?
We're gonna ask for that also.
Yes.
Yeah,
So we have one that we've prepared, and I have a number of copies. I also have 2 full-size
Well, we're
sets. Would that be
supposed to.
We'll need to
we have
submit
it in-
that.
You can
Oh,
bring
of
that
course.
to the building department
And
tomorrow.
allow people
Okay.
to see
Could
it.
could we pass it out just to get an initial reaction from the board?
I don't think we can do
I
that.
think we have to do it when it's in public view.
Okay.
Because it just excludes everyone but us.
Right.
Does the board have other thoughts or comments?
Does your landscaping plan have green space requirements to show the building inspector? Because I didn't see that on your plans.
You surveyed it?
This-
The landscape plan reports.
Okay, so there is a document that
Yes,
reflects the
there
green
is.
space calculations. Okay.
54.7%.
Okay, I didn't see it on the
It's
Dropbox
on
for
the,
some
it's on
reason.
the site plan survey.
Okay.
Oh, was it submitted?
Well, this was,
yeah,
but
it was.
we actually went one step further. This was submitted, correct? So this,
I have copies. I have enough where I could show it on the camera
See-
if that would skirt the.
I have a thing about, this is a public meeting, so I don't think it should be like a club. And
Yes.
that is so unfair.
you know what, we're gonna submit that, but I still do wanna go over what was submitted, which is just a citing of all the structures.
Okay, we
Fine,
have that one.
that's
That's
fine.
fine.
That's fine, let's go
Yep.
through that. So here, I'll put it on screen here by having the camera zoom in on it.
That'd be great.
But Tim's gonna walk us through the citing of everything right now.
So we have the front walk that leads to the covered porch, driveway that leads to the detached garage, patio that is off of the covered porch for outdoor living, and then a proposed 15 by 30 swimming pool at the rear of the property. In the landscape plan that you will receive, we will have screening noted on the sides with hedges. Proposed plantings where there's.
Privet hedges?
Privet in some locations, the majority will be hornbeam
And there's already
to create more privacy.
there's already a pretty.
Hornbeam, stuff that drops all that stuff all over the place.
I have hornbeams, they're not really a hedge though, but they
No.
grow very tall.
There's also
You can space them closely.
Yeah,
as a hedge plant.
I have 4 of them in the front of my home.
There's also a pretty big presence of green giants that are already on the south property line and the east property line in clusters. So a lot of what we'll be showing in specific types of plants, deciduous and evergreen, are just going to complement what's already assisting in the nice visual
Okay.
buffer. Yeah.
Is there any pergola over this patio area?
No, no.
Covered area is the porch.
And it's important, yep. And it's important to see. if
What
you-
are the posts in the rendering?
If you look at site
The posts are
2,
beyond.
Oh, the trees? I think it might be the trees. I was like, oh,
no,
there's a
these are, those
pergola
are
in
the,
there.
those are the, that's the post
The
for the
post for the
roof.
porch beyond.
That's the
Covered.
covered porch of the house. So if we go to here, if you want to zoom in on this picture here,
I'm on F3.
of which
Page R1, image F3.
Yes, F3, that is not a pergola. This right here, if you want to zoom in, these are the posts to the south elevation, which is the covered porch.
Patio is hidden by the hedge beyond.
Yeah, right here, 1, 2, 3, those are the 4 columns for the rear porch. 1, 2, 3.
I'm on a
4.
different page.
Here, I can go to this one. too.
R1.
Okay, yep, this post right here, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's set back.
It's set back. If we go to the floor plan, I can show you it's right off of here, let's just go to the floor plan. Page in your packets, please.
No, these are not on the building. These are on the patio area.
If we go to page
I think it's-
A101, it's these 3 posts that you're reading in the distance. The 3 posts on the patio, which is a couple.
The edge of the porch, the far
Yep,
edge.
right, we're circling them right now for everybody.
And what do they do?
That's a covered porch in the rear of the house. Those are the columns that hold and support the roof. Same aesthetic as the front porch.
I'm working on. It's all right. There's nothing on your plan. It just looks like it in the rendering. In the gravel garden.
Yes, and the only thing that's even going to be nicer on the planting plan is that gravel garden, which is really sort of an area where there'll be a grove of trees and just a nice little sequence through the
That
gravel
answers
path
my
there.
question.
Yep.
Okay. Do we have any questions about the outdoor shower materials that had come up?
It seems very large for an outdoor shower. Seems,
A little space to take off the bathing suit, put the towel down and go into the shower.
Changing.
There's changing in there, yep.
It says changing on one of
It's
these.
just different from the rest of the house.
It's not
Yeah.
internal.
Yeah, it's also
Not
set in the
internal.
landscape of the pool and the detached garage, so its presence off the main house is really accessory to the main
Well,
house.
that's what piqued my curiosity right now.
I think it's
Understood. No, it
maybe
is
just a
not a
rendering?
pool house, but a convenient location to
like a
actually take
modernist.
an outdoor
Yeah,
shower.
because it looks like a black box, but maybe it's the
It's
rendering.
it is all Alaskan yellow cedar.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
Yeah,
on
it's
another,
just the
it's on
rendering
another
is-
page.
Yeah.
It's going to be covered by a climbing hydrangea.
Okay.
I don't care.
yeah, it does.
On the planting plan that you.
In this,
See, his
Perfect.
planting plan is very exciting.
Well, from ours, it does look like a black mesh box
it does,
or something.
yes,
It's
it
Yeah.
does
very-
look like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's because it's in a lot of shadow right now. Yeah, it's
Okay.
being shaded by all the trees.
And then is it going even higher up? Like, is it part of it not even?
No, it's not climbing higher than the door going into the garage. The height of the pool, the height of the shower is the same height is actually lower than the height of the door, which
Yeah,
is a
it's down
7-foot
here, he's
door
saying.
going into the detached
Well,
garage.
it looks like one end goes longer and past the roof line.
I think that.
I think
That's
it's the
just the
perspective
angle.
of the
There wouldn't be
rendering.
any
Yeah, you're
reason.
seeing a
Yeah.
perspective.
Okay,
It's just across that one
yeah.
Okay.
exterior wall. All right.
Well, I thank you for the comments. We'll review them, and I hope the board does like it, because we think it would be a nice fit for the village. And
Do you feel like you have a good list of
yeah,
Yes, he
I
said.
certainly do.
taking
I know
copious
that
notes?
Skylights are definitely on the top of the list. The collaboration between the pitch of that shed roof on the east and west side with the cadence of windows. potentially the diamond light tracery, but is that maybe just, Mr. Chairman, if we really love that, is that something that the board can understand and acquiesce to, or is that?
I would say maybe bring us another reference that uses that in
Absolutely.
this style.
I would love to. Great.
All right.
Thank you.
When
Thank
would
you.
thank you. This was really nice. When would you like to come back? Our next meeting is on August 24th.
We can come back tomorrow.
We can't.
We
Yeah.
will be here at your earliest convenience.
So
That is the next.
The next meeting is the 24th. With that, I'm going to.
Was there public comment on this one?
Oh, yes, public comment.
For you, Alex.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
always
fine.
forget it too. I guess not.
Appears to be
Sage,
none.
nobody?
No crowds.
Come on. Okay, I am going to motion to approve the applicant's request to adjourn the application for 70 Old Town Crossing to August 24th. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. We look
Thank you
forward to
very
seeing you
much.
guys on the 24th.
Thank you so much. It may just be me. Tim, I think, will be away, but we'll see you then.
As long as he sends a planting
Well,
plan.
you have this thing, you have this memorized. I hope you can remember it till 2 weeks from now.
Thank you very much.
Okay, next in line is Dib Gibbs, 344 Great Plains Road. Do we have affidavits and are they
We
in
do. I
order?
have an affidavit of posting and an affidavit of mailing that are in order, and the board has jurisdiction.
Fantastic, thank you.
Oh, they are. They're zooming
Coming in on Zoom.
So, what, I'm gonna turn it. Did you ask when this was lasted?
No objections.
Yeah, I just too. Did you ask when was the last time this thing was in front of us? This one?
Yes, I have lots of questions.
Okay, good. Because I think it wasn't, I think.
Hello,
it's-
how are you? Can you hear us?
Oh,
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you just fine. If you want to give us your name and address information, would be great. And then you
Sure,
can.
my name is Ryan Kessner. I'm the architect for Mr. Gibbs. I'm located at 509 County Road 39, Southampton, New York.
All right, great. When was the last time this was before the board?
This is the first time.
This is the first time. Okay, when was this house built?
I believe it was built in the mid-90s or so, right around there.
okay.
It's not historic. It's not a contributing resource.
I'm sure that's true.
All right, you want to walk us through your plans?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
Can you see my screen board numbers?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Excellent. Okay, so this property is located at 344 Great Plains Road. It's over on the pond over here. It's actually in a non-conforming R120 lot, non-conforming by the square footage. We're required to have 120, we have 81,000, so we are shy on that. It is non-historic, and what we're looking to do is a renovation slash addition to mostly this side of the house right here. Then we also want to change some colors and windows and things of that nature. We are away from the pond far enough so we don't need to go through any type of environmental issue or anything like that. We've confirmed that with the building department, and let's get into it. So our particular house right now, it's very colonial. It's actually all white. It's got coins and shutters and stuff like that. And we're looking to just kind of make it a little bit more in context with the village. One of the things we're proposing to do is, as opposed to doing all white, we want to do a natural cedar with white trim around it. You know, just when something's like all white, it starts to look like a marshmallow. I can't quite describe it. It just doesn't look right to me.
We're with you with this.
So we are proposing to, and I'll show you on another drawing further down the road here, a side-by-side comparison of what we're talking about here. But in a nutshell, our addition is right over here on this side, over by the garage. And we've maintained the same pitch, the same fenestrations. We've tried to equal out and all that other good stuff. We're proposing to add this portico in front. This is a non-accessible portico here. It's just strictly for aesthetic purposes with under soffit lighting here, so nothing to see over there. We are going to be proposing dark sky compliant wall sconces over here. And we're also looking to kind of break up this elevation here. Like I said, what they have now, they have these coins right here on the side, and they have horizontal plank siding. It just doesn't look right. We are keeping some of the existing structure, some of the integrity, of course. They have this beautiful paneled area over here. However, they do have railings up here that don't meet code currently. So we do need to update those. We'll actually wind up taking that post and pulling it over a little bit more to make it a little bit better here. And then on the back, we're doing the same thing. We're taking the massing and we're just kind of repeating it over here. So we want everything to look copacetic, obviously. You don't want to make it look, you never want to make it look like it's out of place. That's, you know, if you're dealing with a historic house, of course, you can pull it off. But on something like this, you certainly don't want to do that. That's certainly not our intention. For that feature. And this is a side-by-side comparison. So you can see like this is actually all horizontal planks, all this good stuff. That railing, the spacing doesn't work because it needs to be 3 inches or 3.5 inches. So you can't basically put a spear through it. And then you have these other coins. You have this one band here. There's no portico over here. And it's just, you know, it is what it is. And we're trying to make it look better at the end of the day is our goal. Of course, with your feedback. Then there's also a pool house in the rear. And all we're doing is we're just changing the material to match the house. So this will be natural cedar and then we'll be white trim and all that other good stuff. And, yeah, we'll make it work. And some of you guys know me up there, so I kind of like to keep these short and sweet and get on with the comments and hear your feedback.
Okay, great. Board members.
Wonderful going from white to cedar shake.
Thank you.
Big improvement.
Huge. Huge.
Maybe you can't change it. What's Kathy think?
I don't know.
It seemed kind of monotonous, but he is trying to just
Yeah.
not blow it up, you know what I mean? I think the fact that it's not all white is a help, but.
I agree.
Okay, but and I'm not, you're better at thinking of this stuff, or saying what, you sometimes have a really good idea that changes
Yeah.
everything. I'm hoping you'll have that.
So far, no.
No, all right.
Yeah, the windows are very monotonous.
Truly.
Very, very monotonous, but we're not.
But he's not changing them.
Exactly, so we can't
Right.
really be, so make it cedar and,
And the trim is white?
Yep.
Oh, dove white? Are you the dove? Everyone's using dove white. It makes me laugh.
I mean, look, there's like 50 different shades of white out there.
Right, I know. Those.
Yeah.
That's a
So-
standard Benjamin Moore
White,
color.
if you just say white, I mean, you guys will drive yourself crazy if we start picking out individual white.
Okay, fine.
I almost, even when it's monotonous, I almost like the
It,
better.
it did look,
I agree.
it did look less monotonous
It's only,
with a couple of shutters.
Yeah.
But are they fake-a-roonies? Where, would you think? I can't, I'm not good at this. I could never, would
So I think part of your problem, ma'am, I think
Yeah.
part of the problem is, it won't look so monotonous because this is pushing out. I agree
Yeah.
with you. If this is like flat going all the way across, 100% it's gonna be monotonous. I couldn't agree with you more. But because we got this pushing back, that pushing out.
Okay, I'm hearing you.
Maybe
And
a
that pushing
rendering
out.
would help.
And the
Yes,
same
for
thing
sure.
back here, it's not gonna feel like that, but 100%, if this was.
That
completely
reads
flat-
monotonous, no doubt about it.
Yeah,
Like the
I
front
agree
porch
with you
helps.
1,000,000%. Couldn't agree more.
and I don't know if you really need that thing over the door just for decoration.
We want to get out of the rain too.
Oh,
Well, I like the,
covered,
no, I like what's there now. I
I
don't,
almost think I like that better. I don't know.
what?
I like this existing
There's
without putting a fake balcony up there.
Ryan, James, we're pointing to the railing, not the porch itself, the railing above the portico.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if you really need that.
So would you prefer to see a roof over there, like a roof? Like
It
that?
might give you more dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
that might be good.
Okay.
Ryan, my concern is the massing on the left side addition versus the existing facade of the house. To make that so prominent forward, to sit so proud, is going to really change the way this whole property looks visually and from the street. It's going to make that garage very proud. And that doesn't show in these renderings. So first thing I'm going to ask you to do is renderings for us, as opposed to the flat drawings. And that's my first like comment on this, because the main door of the house is going to push significantly back. And I think how you address that in the landscaping could be critical to your application.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll provide a landscaping plan on next.
Do you know what I mean by that on that, for that left?
Well, so here is the thinking behind it. This is all, I believe we have all pretty big shrubs here and privets and stuff, so I don't think anybody's really gonna see this side. But we also have a setback here that we have right here.
Yep.
That's my setback. I cannot go any further than that. So what we could possibly look at doing is maybe adding a reverse or something up here in a couple of these spots. You could possibly look into that, and maybe that'll help you.
I'm not looking at the length of that roof line. I'm looking at the front and how it projects forward of the front door.
Oh, I got it.
Like, see in that lower draft, the front of the house is set a third of the way, yep, exactly, is set a third of the way back compared to your garage.
Correct. So you're worried about this dimension?
Correct.
Yeah.
That is suddenly the most important thing about that house, and it takes precedent over the facade.
Okay, so what we could do is we could provide some renderings and we can demonstrate what it would look like for you. Not a problem.
You might want to consider other solutions as well, where it somehow the geometry breaks up a little bit and the
Doesn't
is there a
stick
way
out
that
so
the
far.
garage doesn't stick out so far.
How about the other direction? Is there any reason why you couldn't get, are those garages?
Well, we do have a,
Like your curb appeal, you're gonna pull into that driveway and the garage is front facing.
boom, boom. Yes, we do have this, we do have our other, we don't want to be too close to this structure either, right? Because we got our existing detached garage over here. That, and you don't want it to look cluttered. And yeah, I mean, could we, I don't know. I don't think the answer is properly to go this way, to go towards the detached garage. I don't know that that's the right thing, but we can certainly evaluate it. But at the very least, we will provide renderings and we'll take a look at it from this side and we'll take a look at it from multiple angles so you guys can really get a feel for it.
Okay.
Okay, that'd be great. My only other comment on this is your doors on I think it's the new primary second floor terrace don't match on perpendicular walls.
Yeah, we could put a grill in here. That's
Yep.
not a big deal. That's simple.
Brian, just so I understand your calculations, what is this 800 square foot credit of gross floor area that you're deducting for a garage?
That's allowed, that's in the code that they allow that. I have the section up there, I believe 116.17A and E is applicable. And you have an attached garage credit and you have a detached garage credit.
Right, but you only get both, and you don't get both. You're eligible for one, and the detached garage is not eligible because it's attached to a pool house. And I don't believe the deduction is that high. There were some recent code changes. I just want to make sure that we're compliant with it.
All right, I mean, I'm still 500 feet underneath the max GFA. We haven't maxed this thing out, so
Okay.
I could certainly look into that.
Yeah, we'll clarify those numbers with the building inspector.
Yeah, I believe, I think Dave was looking at it, and he adjusted it.
Yeah, because the code was, a couple years ago, was recently amended to the different allowances, so I just want to make sure which garage that's referring to.
Yeah, all right, so well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the 800 for the 3-car that's attached, and then we'll take it out of the 4 after this.
I think you need to.
I don't still have it all.
I'm just looking at some of your column placements on the backside, and maybe it would help break up some of the monotony, I'm gonna just say, of window and window. If there was like another column to balance the singles that you have, that might give you a correct. And below that, on the corner, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fine, you can absolutely look into that.
I think that's a good idea, because it's minimal, but it's.
Right, it just
yes,
stops
it
your
stops
eye.
the going one way or the other, it's nonstop.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll provide a before and after for you guys, so you can really see the improvements.
Okay.
And maybe for the north elevation, there's a lot of glass exposure for energy efficiency. And also maybe if you put in some trees and bushes just to show how the facade might be broken
Right.
up with the landscape planning, that would be helpful.
Yeah, we can certainly do that. I mean, this is, again, we're not really touching a whole heck of a lot. I mean, if you have this brick patio here, and all that good stuff, so any landscaping would be like right over here, But we can certainly try. I mean, we're not opposed to looking at that, absolutely not.
Well, this is significant work happening on this house, so there must be a landscape plan to go along with it.
Yes, we are getting one done, prepared. Yes.
Okay, great.
Good.
That's perfect. Okay, well, we're excited to see that.
Any comments from the public?
Any-
Oh, we do have some.
Oh, God, Sage has one.
And the board will note you have 2 letters in the file. that were
Yes.
submitted.
Yes.
Oh, what 2 letters? Oh, God, the extra one.
Hi there, how are you?
Hi. Hello.
Can you give us your name and address?
Sure. This is Jay Solomon, a homeowner at 324 Great Plains Road, which is the home that is adjacent on the left side of 344 Great Plains Road. Our house was built in the 1940s. It's a French Normandy style house with horizontal wood slats, and the house is painted cream with grige shutters and railings, sort of dark ironwork with an X motif. This house, which was built in the 90s, adjacent, speaks to the language of 324 Great Plains Road. We feel that this renovation is a large departure from sort of this, I would say, Greek colonial revival that does complement the French Normandy style. So we wanted to consider the materiality of this house. Switching to shingle is a big departure. I know that you're not a fan of white homes. However, our home is white, so totally understandable. But it should be contextual to the adjacent properties. It would be helpful to see how this house looks with the house to the left and the house to the right. I see that you've discussed this on previous properties that we've spoken about tonight. So it'd be really helpful, I think, to see in context how it's relating to the adjacent homes.
Okay, we did ask
Also,
for the
this
renderings.
house- Yeah. This house is also adjacent to the lot line of our house, and this extension which comes to the front of the property line, would sort of obscure, it would be visible from the front motor court of 324 Great Plains Road. And considering that 324 Great Plains Road is basically, for the most part, a one-story, it's a two-story house, but only on the left side. On the right side, it's one story. This house to the right will feel considerably larger. It feels that the extension is dominant over the existing structure. It's meant to be subordinate. So we feel that the massing is incorrect on this new addition. It's too large, but the new renovation, it really eschews a lot of the fenestration and architectural details that are so apparent on the current house. The current house is very symmetrical from left to right. Even though one side has maybe a deck, the other does as well. There's a lot of X detailing in the railings, which we feel should be continued across to the new house, and the port windows and all those sorts of things, but adding in these new roof lines and making the house imbalanced, it doesn't feel correct to us. So we wanted that taken into consideration. And because of the scale of the addition being so large, we also agree that having a landscaping plan would be very beneficial to us as well.
Okay, we agree with you, and we've asked for that. I think you also heard, if you were listening to the meeting, that there's some code and compliance issues that they're gonna have to meet on some of the deck areas, so we will have to comply with that on the plans going forward. And if you listened, you've heard everything that we've asked for so far, so they're gonna be back in 2 weeks to represent to the board.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for your comments.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, too.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it from you.
One more?
Thanks.
Oh, my God. Well, there are only two neighbors, right?
Hi there, how are you? Can you hear us?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
Great. If you want to give us your name and address.
Sure. This is Lee Kruger at 370 Great Plains Road. Yeah, so I provided my letter to the board, and I appreciate all the comments you've made this evening and all the things you've requested. In addition, the only other comment I'd make is just, I believe it's on the screen right there on that the second floor porch, those lights which are not existing today at the below at in the lower side of that. Those lights will be facing directly at my primary bedroom at our house. So we'd be looking, as we said, from a screening perspective, or I've not really seen sort of lights on the second floor balcony like that before. So I think that's something we request, given the directness to our property, that you would also look at as well, so too.
Okay,
And
so
I
we
just-
will definitely be looking for dark sky compliant fixtures for that space.
Sure. Thank you. And the only other comment I'd make is just, as with our property, and I appreciate, I was just within the board in the last couple of years, I would just say, as it relates to the size of the house and how they're shifting it, as with our house, there's certain curvature to it, which kind of matches up with the pond. And I think the sort of adding the sort of second layer or the second side of this house kind of takes away from that as well, so too. So that's just the only other comment I'd make specifically, but I appreciate your time in hearing me tonight.
Well, thank you very much for your comments. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Okay. There are sconces on those doors, and you do have to have sconces by code on an outside going door. So,
Yeah, we'll provide those cut sheets for you.
Okay.
That's not a big deal.
okay.
And again, the railing, like you said, it's a code issue. It's,
Yeah.
you know, we're not
Okay.
trying to upset anybody or anything like that. But again, I mean, look, if you turn around and you say every house needs to look like the adjacent one, that formula just doesn't work. I mean, everything would either be all white or everything would be all cedar and black or cedar and whatever. And that's not really the charm of the village. The charm of the village is everything looks different.
Variety.
It's still in context with it. So it's like if you put a modern here, obviously you don't want that.
But people tried, you know, on that street.
Yeah,
Sage, do we have any other?
But it's something to be considered, right? It's, you know,
Yes.
the beauty of the village is every house is different. You know,
And
that's
everybody has neighbors.
Exactly, they do. And then I understand, and
Yeah.
we'll do everything that we can to try to appease them.
Exactly. All right. So I am going to motion to. You would like to adjourn? Do you want to try for the 24th of August?
Yeah, I'm gonna try for the 24th.
If not, you can let us know.
I might have to adjourn that right before, but I'm definitely gonna try for that one.
You'll just let us know by the Tuesday prior if you need an adjournment.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
so it's not long from now, is that right?
Right. It's actually
Yeah,
pretty
it's
late.
not. It's
Or
10 days.
a week
or it
from-
would be September
A week from
14th
tomorrow.
if you prefer.
Yeah. Yeah, well, let me see if I can hit the 24th first. I like keeping the momentum going.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay, with that, I'm gonna motion to approve the applicant's request to adjourn the application for 344 Great Plains to August 24th. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, Ryan, we'll see you soon.
Yep, get home safe.
Thank you.
What's that?
Okay, do we have anything else?
I hope not.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Nope, I don't think
How
we have
great.
the next meetings there, so hopefully we'll understand we'll have a quorum unless we hear differently.
Yes. Do you know something I don't know?
Nope, just asking the board to check their schedules
We
and make
could go
sure
on
that those
strike.
dates work.
Okay, so I'm going to motion to conclude the meeting of the Board of Architecture Review and Historic Preservation. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
For August 10th.
Thanks all.